do it. I'm the master question asker. Why don't I ask you a question?
Like what?
Should I ask you the question?
I'm listening.
Okay. Why is it that this show, of course, is like a version of Zach Galifianakis's Between Two Ferns. So, why is it that the only thing you copied from that show has humor, great hosts, great guests and everything. Why is it that the only thing you copied from that show was Zach Galifianakis's Potbelly? Moving on. Your turn.
Next question.
Okay.
Why was it hard for you to do anything sensible after Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Good question.
That is a very good question, but very ignorant question. You know why I say that? Because of all the things I do, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is the least. So I'm a director, I'm a cinematographer, I'm a Black Magic Design certified colorist. I learned that during pandemic. I am the foremost interior design photographer in Nigeria because my wife is an interior designer, so I learned it so that I could help her in her craft. You know, I do voiceovers, I do presentations. In terms of production, I produced Nemasa this week as I was the producer for 2.5 years. So, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is just something I do to show you people, I can present to. But what I really do, there are a plethora of other things I do, like hosting events. I just came back from the Sierra Awards in Las Vegas 1 month ago. They came with a limo to the airport. I hosted the event, and I stayed 2 days, and we traversed the Las Vegas Strip, and they brought me back home. So I have been hosting events for the past 2 decades. Anybody that says he wants to be a millionaire is the main thing I do, that person is ignorant.
I think it's the most relevant thing you've ever done.
Well, you know, it's just like James Bond. Now, when Sean Connery did James Bond, he was the first James Bond, Dr. No. He did James Bond. Tell me the movie that was as classic as Sean Connery's James Bond movies after he left. Tell me one movie that was a classic. None. So I think I was just burdened with getting to the top instead of going through the ranks. Wants to Be a Millionaire is the top show. You can't really do anything above that in terms of game shows. So that's why.
How does it feel to be over 50 and irrelevant?
Over 50
and irrelevant?
Well, after I just told you about my relevance, now you're not a really good broadcaster, are you?
So those things you mentioned, what if I tell you I and many viewers are just knowing that about you now?
That's how it's supposed to be, because if
that's how irrelevant this program.
No, you're wrong. You know why I say you're wrong? Because it's only a fool that will go and show everything he does. After you show everything you do, people will be waiting for the next thing. Now that I've told them, he just uncovers new layers and says that this guy is so mysterious. He does everything. I wonder what he has next. Then I'll bring one other thing that I didn't publicize. We don't take pictures. We just do our things with our silent clientele. What? You know the name of this show, Curiosity Made Me Ask. So remove that ask. Curiosity Made Me. I think you should change it. Remove the ask. We know who made you. It should be, the name of this show should be Macaroni Made Me. Remove the ask.
Macaroni made me.
Macaroni featured you now. It was the one that gave you this thing, featured you. Everybody saw you. Everybody loved you. That's before the sex for role thing that you did, you know, that thing. So in other words, right now, apart from the fact that you are a poor version of Zach Galifianakis, you are also a very great version of Harvey Weinstein.